The moment was electric. Denzel Washington leaned forward, dropped just one line, and Trump's entire team froze like statues. The studio fell silent. What he said next, you won't believe it. Tonight's live broadcast was supposed to be a routine panel discussion, just another evening of political back and forth. Cameras were rolling, lights blazing, and the audience was buzzing as former President Donald Trump and actor Denzel Washington sat across from each other for what had been billed as a civil conversation about America's future. But what unfolded was anything but ordinary. The conversation had been tense from the start. Trump, visibly energized, was talking over everyone, waving his hands, dominating the airspace. Denzel, calm and collected, sat back, eyes locked on Trump, letting him run the show for a while. Then, it happened. Trump made a jab, something about Hollywood elites who don't understand the real America, and the audience chuckled. Nervously, Denzel leaned forward, his voice even, his expression unreadable, and delivered the line that would ricochet across the internet in seconds. Real strength doesn't shout, it stands. Silence. The words seemed to hang in the air. Trump blinked, his mouth halfway open as if waiting for the punchline, but none came. His advisors lined up just offstage froze. The control room went dead quiet. Even the moderator hesitated, glancing nervously at her notes, unsure whether to move on. Denzel didn't elaborate. He simply leaned back in his chair, folded his hands, and let the weight of his words do the talking. The audience erupted seconds later, not in applause, but in murmurs, whispers, and a tidal wave of phones being lifted to record the moment. Clips hit social media before the segment even ended. On Twitter, the quote trended under #RealStrength, amassing millions of retweets. Analysts scrambled to interpret it. Was it a critique of Trump's leadership style? A broader commentary on American politics? Or simply Denzel being Denzel, dropping a timeless truth at exactly the right moment? Trump tried to recover, launching into a defense of his record, but the energy had shifted. Every word he spoke seemed to fall flat, as though the audience had already moved on. Commentators on both sides of the aisle admitted that the moment marked a turning point in the discussion. Backstage, even Trump's own team appeared shaken. He got in his head, one staffer reportedly muttered off camera. You could see it, the confidence drained out of him. Meanwhile, Denzel kept his composure, offering thoughtful, measured answers to the rest of the panel's questions. He never brought up the line again, but he didn't have to. The damage, or perhaps the awakening, was already done. By the following morning, the quote had been replayed across every major news network, spliced into reaction videos, and dissected by pundits. Memes flooded Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Denzel's calm expression contrasted against the frozen faces of Trump's team became the internet's new obsession, and in interviews that followed, when pressed about whether the line was aimed directly at Trump, Denzel only smiled. I just believe in the power of quiet conviction, he said. Sometimes the loudest voice in the room isn't the strongest one. For millions who watched live, it wasn't just about politics. It was a reminder strength isn't about volume or spectacle. True strength is steady, grounded, and unshakable, even in the face of chaos. In a world addicted to noise, that one quiet sentence from Denzel Washington left an entire team and perhaps an entire audience speechless.